Hi Chetna.
Hi Chetna.
Hi, Chetna.
Hi, Chetna.
On your birthday,
We asked a few friends.
To say a few words.
which were then beautifully woven,
Into a spectacular poem by Somerset.
This is that poem in a few words.
Recited by a few lives you've touched.
In search of a friend. A folklore of our ancients, tonight I shall share with you. This evening, sitting by fire with our stew and the brew. Long trodden this day together as brothers, you and me, let us pause this night for a human tale, as true can be. The early man knew not too much, so in true faith he hung around in nature's lap, being glad just as a true. He took only so much from the earth for life to thrive, and never asked for more for himself to then survive. But there was a curious need that, after some eons arose, even among the early Homo sapiens, and so the story goes. After all the greater lands to the end of the earth were won, all wealth gotten, a thirst for something more human began. A kindred soul I need, a human without the name of me, a person who I can own but one who can never own me, not of my past nor of future, not one of my own blood, not to be tied together in cause to propagate my will. So they searched among and sought advice of all wise, for none seemed to have such an intelligence to surmise. Who could be noble of blood? Who could be pure in virtue? Who had no man to seek of? Who had no wants to pursue? Those were the times of true innocence among men. For lust and greed, killing others had barely begun. Gods for need were accessible and so able to speak. Dear humans, you shall get what you so dearly seek. An honest aspiration to find within them thus began, to seek out in truth a dear one, the best kind of all man. Tribes got together to call as far as their spirits rode, for the search of the first friend, for one bestowed. What do you ask of such a companion for you then? The voice from the sky asked every soul to say Amen. Men and women solemnly then crossed their heart and voiced with depth. Each spoke thus their part.
For one, inspiring, determined to push me to grow, on whose bidding I would be a better me tomorrow.
Whose presence lights up my entire world, said one.
Commits to better till I've won and leaves nothing undone.
To explore this world, she makes me jump and jump.
Speaks the truth for my inner need, not just for my want.
Whose pursuit of perfection I can follow to learn, admire.
And whose honesty, above all, for all, holds me to inspire.
A soul so noble, she can lift up a mundane one to a higher.
Lives to her principles, never deterred, not aside.
Loves me for no gain, no want, no conditional gain.
Strives for equality, for a friend or a foe, all the same.
In need of a friend who is ever so active, with energy divine.
Whose speed and positivity I admire, then make mine.
Diligence
discipline and follow through, in exemplary role,
and no nonsense attitude.
To beat tough ones on the brow.
Ah, she holds the entire world in her tight little fist.
Because the way she travels, it unravels the mighty mist.
She changes our perceptions with every street and sign.
Her vitality is brought forth like an ancient scriptures.
Then we shall travel twice the entire world to behold.
For she is wise, her spirit abides in temples and cultures of old.
Appears east, she speaks west, an appetite of north and south's best.
Shapeshifter of merry sunshine, kin, a tutor, a magician at her best.
Consumes life's myriad entities with golden warmth so late.
In calm containment she rides to daring adventures array.
Her young heart dwells within the wisdom of years sung.
In every letter of her name, twinkling stars have sprung.
Against enemies fierce, she shall speak her unwavering mind.
With compassion in nature, she enfolds the unfavored kind.
Throws her heart out into the wild, for bearer of emotional wild.
Feared by the vile, accepted by the brave, she is adored by the mild.
Wins the world with intelligence and sharp wit.
Delights us with her gregarious and the diligent wit.
Explores various worlds with cleverness contagious.
Discipline, dedication in journeys taken so spontaneous.
A mind which is calm, heart that is caring, and born of a spirit carefree. That's you, Chetna.
A partner in wealth to balance life's opulence and prudence with me.
A pathfinder for an endless journey to explore and experience anew.
In each role adorable, in each quote invincible, to rebut can be a few.
I would look to her to feel the touch of my ground.
Woman with her strength has tenderness abound.
With her care, she combats me to face the challenges of my life.
In her effort and striven time is the art to combat strife.
Can there be a creation born with a larger heart?
Can I feel so connected to a person, though apart?
Is there anyone else around that I'd rather run to?
In my vulnerable moments, a spirit I can turn to.
Pull me a halo, a yellow umbrella under my shining sun.
Feed me a bowl of boundless energy, sprinkled with fun.
Read me a story of travel, truth, adventure, and dare.
Your zest for life is beyond compare.
Your zeal for adventure is beyond compare.
In gladness, I cherish your words as we dine for the night.
In awe, I watch in wonder as you manage to quell a fight.
For I have travelled with you for the best moments of time.
Your soul of gold glows over me, warm and sublime.
They shall speak of you as the liveliest, one with a positive vibe.
They shall count on you, your never say die, as the boldest of the tribe.
Vibrancy of flow, simplicity of flow. You shall endure them all.
For your aura, special and rare is for humanity to recall.
But for me, dear friend, you reserve the advice most true, sincere.
The cornerstone of my world's family, the ones that I hold dear.
For you as my mentor, more than a friend, I shall forever pray.
You walked, lived on your own terms, whatever it is.
So for me, beyond all, I shall only ask a friend for life, not less.
Who can care as only a mother can in a strained world to caress?
The strongest one, and with the purest of heart. Life swells in thee.
And after all the meaningless journeys of life, you are home to me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Chetna.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chetna. Happy birthday to you.
May God bless you. May God bless you, dear Chetna.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Chetna.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
birthday, Dolly.
Wish you a very, very happy birthday, Chetna. See you soon and cheers.
Happy birthday, Chetna.
Happy birthday, Chetna auntie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Chetna, happy birthday to